JJ? Good, mate? Yeah, all right.
Very good.
Oh, good afternoon, folks, and welcome back to the SEMA Indoor Sports Centre for the Big Cheese, the big game, the men's A-grade grand final being played this evening here between the SEMA Snakes and the Striker Mustangs. Umpire was Cochrane for his third grand final in a row with the two captains, Aaron Todd and Jacob Johnson. Just having a quick chat, going through the rules of the review system before having a bit of a toss of the coin and figuring out who's going to get things underway. These two have faced off against each other in grand finals many times before, sharing the spoils. SEMA probably with a couple more notches to their belt over the Striker Mustangs, and it looks like I can't even tell who won the toss there. I'll just get just grab Aaron Todd here for a minute. Was that a win or a loss of the toss?
We won the toss, so
And you've elected to?
we're going to be batting first.
Wise decision. Why bat first, or do we not need to explain it?
It was a contrived toss, to be honest. I asked JJ outside what he wanted to do, and they wanted to bowl, so batting works for us.
Oh, that's very generous of you. You could have had a psychological edge there and set them in against their will, but to score on the board is always better than having to chase, isn't it?
Yeah, we sort of played these guys last week in the semi, batted first, put up a good score, and that seemed to be a pretty good blueprint, so we'll go with the same plan, I think, this time around.
It hasn't been a perfect season. You actually lost to these boys during the season, so you shared the spoils and had a draw. Are you at all nervous that today could be one of those tight ones again?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tight one. We've got our full strength team out today. Having Clint in the side makes a big difference, and yeah, I think the eight we've got here today should be able to do the job against these guys.
Well, best of luck, mate. We're looking forward to an absolute crack. I'll get Jacob Johnson just back over here for a sec, mate. It looks like you lost the toss, but you won what you wanted to do.
Correct, yes. We wanted to bowl.
Why is that?
Because I feel like a key chance to us is keeping these blokes to under 100 and backing our batting lineup in. These guys are a very serious outfit, and I just feel like our strength is with the bat. So if we can keep these guys under 100 early and get a bit of momentum going with the bat, I feel like we've got a red hot crack here. So.
Yes. And you're certainly capable of knocking them off. Just looking through the regular season, you shared the spoils. You had a win and a loss against each other and a draw at 109 each. So, the semi-final, sorry, we won't count that because that was a bit of a comfortable victory to the Snakes. But you know you can beat them, and surely your team is full of belief.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a nice young group in, so yeah, and still in that belief that we can do it is half the battle. And yeah, hopefully these boys can give me some energy and get this going for 16 overs.
Now, you've been around the game for quite a while now. Are you pleased to see that the younger generation is starting to come through, not just with your team or our team, but just generally speaking, it's time to retire some of the old blood into Masters, and really encouraging signs from the juniors, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. As indoor cricket as in general for WA sport, I saw the juniors did very well this year, which is awesome to see coming through, and exciting times WA indoor cricket.
Excellent. Well, we're in for an exciting match here. Good luck today, JJ. We'll see you at the end, and the game will be underway just after the national anthem. And we'll be back with you in a few minutes' time. And we're back on the WACA court here at the magnificent facilities of the SEMA Indoor Sports Centre in Balcatta, Western Australia, for the Big Cheese match here, the A-grade men's grand final played between the SEMA Snakes and the Striker Mustangs. It's a very good afternoon to my co-commentator, not your first rodeo, Mark Hulley. Say g'day. You're on.
G'day, Stevie. Yeah, can't wait for this one. This will be a cracker. As we just talked about a second ago, the second semi was a bit of a blowout. SEMA got on top and it's made an ungettable score. I think Striker tried to change up their batting lineup and it didn't work. JJ and Tommy going in earlier. So, yeah, this will be a cracker. I'm really looking forward to it.
Every grand final between these two is a cracker. SEMA have won probably a few more premierships, fair to say, than the Mustangs, but they're certainly capable. The regular season, so let's forget about the semi-final, these two played each other. There was a draw, there was a win, and there was a loss from both sides. So they know each other's games very well, and I think in this instance, anything can happen. We might run through the teams quickly before they start. I'll talk us through the SEMA boys. You can talk through the Mustangs.
Sure.
Got Cruz Harper Connell and Ethan Benson, who've been opening up the batting pretty much all season long. Both very capable, quality junior players, and really the future of indoor cricket. We've got the three Todd brothers, Mitch Todd, Cam Todd, and Captain Aaron Todd. They'll be joined with Lane Berry, been around a long time. Lane Berry still considered a junior in the team though. And rounding out the eight, who am I missing here? Angus Bloxham, of course, the blonde lefty, reigning junior player of the tournament at the Juniors Nationals tournament, and of course former Melbourne Stars Big Bash player and centre owner Clint Hinchcliffe rounding out the eight.
Yeah, we'll go through the Mustangs in a minute. Declan Crowder to bowl. It's a good start. He's landed that leggy. It's an interesting tactic, bowling the leg spinner first over, but I know everybody around indoor cricket in WA wants to see whether Cruz plays spin as well as he plays the quick bowling.
Yeah, Cruz, one of the most reliable. Ethan Benson going after him. Wow.
Just
doesn't hold back.
Over pitch there by Deck. It is tough to bowl wrist spin with the brand new ball. So
Again, I mean, I'm with you. I find it interesting they wouldn't perhaps open. There's a bit of an edge. Yep.
Yeah. And I think it's worth rolling the dice, because I think the minute you bowl seam up early, Cruz particularly just eats that up, loves it.
I noticed the shoelace came undone in his run-up on that second delivery. He's just fixing it up now, Declan Crowder.
That was a peach by Deck. That was a real jaffa.
Caught the outside edge, didn't carry.
A little bit short that time.
Geez, he got up nice and tall on that one. Ethan, make sure Cruz rather to get on top of the ball there.
And it's a little bit of the problem is that it's turning away, so it's turning to towards the area that they are both quite strong outside off stump.
Oh, shot. Very good shot there from Benson.
Terrific shot. It's pretty well bowled again.
Not a lot wrong with it.
With the delivery.
Very bold of Ethan to go up first. Ball he faces in the grand final. He's basically danced down to collect the ball that was a bit full.
That's the line. You've got to get in there if you're going to bowl spin to these opening bats.
Yep. It's a brave leave too from Cruz, because it didn't come back an awful lot. But had he got that one to turn, he might have caught him being a rabbit in the headlights there.
Absolutely. So we'll just quickly go through the Stangs. I'm not sure if JJ's captaining today or Brock.
He is.
So JJ captain. He'll bat with Tommy Stevenson. The Fawcett brothers, Cameron and Josh. Declan Crowder and Bryden Emrich will open the batting. And Steve Russell will bat somewhere in the middle with Brock. Yeah, good lineup, good all-round bowling attack. They got some spin options. They got the two leggies with Brock and Declan. Bryden bowling the second over. Bit of variety with the left arm.
Yep.
But they do need to keep the breaks, as you said, keep the breaks on this first pair. If they let them get 35, could be trouble.
Now, mate, I haven't been following, the whole season. Josh Fontana, what's happened to him?
He's in the UK, he's playing club cricket over in England.
A notable absence from this team. One of the top-ranked indoor cricketers in WA, as Ethan Benson leans into that one. Gee, he's aggressive, isn't he? He's aggressive today.
It's a great shot by Benno. Just over-pitched a little bit by Bryden, but got to put him away still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Josh is loving his time over there. And the negative part about Josh not being here to play this Super League season is that they've also not had Kyle O'Brien.
Yeah.
So Pumba's not been playing either.
Still a very strong lineup.
That's the line again.
Yep, good lines. Just trying to, the same chop that Cruz just almost got away with the 3-4. Is that leg side chop for 3. Both of them very good at that shot.
Yeah.
Ethan Benson missing out on that occasion.
It's good batting.
Yeah, well kept
Again,
off.
that's where you've got to be. It's good bowling by Bryden and, force the one, but you can't get outside off. No matter what you bowl, whether you're bowling cutters, swingers, whatever you're putting on it.
Wow.
360 by Steve Russell there.
Yeah, and good quick response. Force it with the call when he sniffed the opportunity, and it's all a bit obstructed. I couldn't see whether something might have happened there, but
it was a gun baseballer as a kid, Steve Russell, so he would know how to throw off balance. And just realised that Benno wasn't backing up and was going to hold, so he went to keeper's end.
the other end, yeah.
So
far, so good. Good 16 runs off 2. They'll be happy with that, the Snakes.
That was a good over by
and a good
Bryden.
over. Yeah, give him
A
credit.
couple of dots.
I think they had 10 off the first, 6 off the second. JJ bringing himself on early to bowl. She spoke to both captains after the toss, which was won by Toddy, and he actually obviously elected to bat first. And I said to him, any thoughts behind that decision? He said, well, actually, I spoke to JJ before the toss and asked him what he wanted to do. And he said, we wanted to field. And I said, well, we want to bat. So we thought, oh, okay. So both teams doing what they would have done had they won the toss. Is he going to get away with an extra here? No, he's not. Well kept off by Emmerich.
Another strong shot by Benno.
Yep.
Again, nothing wrong with the ball, just probably a beard of width, but that's all. So they could have saved themselves the bother of having a toss today.
Well, I asked JJ what his thoughts were behind wanting to field first, or bowl first, I should say, had they won the toss. Because you would expect most teams to choose to bat first, put a score on the board. It's hard to defend. I said, what was your thinking there? And it was interesting. He said that he feels if he can keep the boys keep our boys under 100, keep the Seamer boys under 100, that they'll fancy their chances of chasing that. As in they back their batters to chase down. And they want to put the pressure on the Seamer boys to actually post that score. And I think that's why he's brought himself on here, is because he senses this could be a strong 30-something partnership and they don't want to let Seamer get comfortable with their score at any point in the match.
No, absolutely. And I like his logic. I think they've chased pretty well all season.
Oh, shot. He's just absolutely unleashed into that one.
Yeah, I know he's a very good player, Ethan, but he's been even more aggressive today than usual, I think. He's really looked to get after him. The minute they've overpitched, he's really got stuck into it. Yeah, I don't mind the logic behind chasing. I just think that the proof will be in whether they can keep them under 100, because Seamer obviously a very strong batting side.
I think they're going to follow up now with like the likes of Hinchy and Lane Berry or something like that to just really consolidate. That's well kept out by Cruz. Well kept out.
Half a chance there. Needed to be a direct hit. I think that over, like JJ's a gun bowler and swinging it there and the odd cutter, but he just got a bit wide, so gave them a little bit too much width. And then when he did get in at the pads on Benno, it was too full.
Yep. 26 on the board.
Yeah, 26. I was just going to say 26. They take a couple of dots and a couple of twos, get it to 30, 35. They'd be happy with that.
Yep.
Steve Russell, by the looks of it.
Thing is, there's no real chink in the armour, is there? I would have thought, if anyone might be a bit susceptible, it could be the young kids, just purely from that experience point of view. But
yeah, sure.
Hinchy and Mitch Todd, Cam Todd. We're talking a lot of national World Cup experience there. Aaron Todd, the captain, is time and time again one of the highest scorers in the game. Lane Berry, Angus blocks him, no mugs with the bat.
That's called good. That by Was right on the leg sideline. I think it's the right call, and that's where Steve's going to try and sort of live. He'll just live on that leg sideline, try and force them to push him. Oh, that's too wide.
That's a chance.
That's out. It's great fielding. Just takes a bit of luck, doesn't it? The rebound there. Just you're running with that shot. He's hit it well enough to run. But the rebound straight to Brock, who then tapped it on. Great finish, actually, by Brock.
We'll say 10% luck on the tap.
Well,
He was in a good position, but I think he seemed a bit surprised that he hit the stumps himself.
he
So.
was. That's great bowling again. Interesting
good
run
lines.
by Cruz. Waited till it got into the corner and then took the leg by.
Gee, Dorgie's always good for a wicket, isn't he? He never gets old. What's he, 50?
The old stager.
51?
Yeah, so Steve's...
There's a run
that's
there.
a run, yeah, that's good running. He's going to play for Australia in the over 50s at the World Cup in Sri Lanka.
Yep. And still tearing it up at the highest level here. It's amazing stuff.
Absolutely.
And he's brought this partnership back into check for the Mustangs. They'll be happy if they can just get away with a 20-something here.
That's good bowling. Couple of half chances missed here, so they'll probably be happy with this, the Stangs, I think.
Yep.
24 with the ball to go.
Oh, that's lovely.
Good batting.
JJ just wrong-footed there, and it's gone. Well, it looked like it went over. I think it just went past him, and he picks up 3. So a bit of a lucky finish there from Cruz Arbor-Connell. Ethan Benson with 16 off his own stick for a partnership of 27. So the Snakes are off. And in comes Hinchy and Mitch Todd.
Yeah, that's, as you said, I think you summed it up exactly right. He just got a bit wrong-footed there, JJ, and sort of off balance. Predicted where it was going to go, and it didn't quite go there.
Yeah.
Pretty good set, really. I don't think the striker boys bowled badly at all. I think Ethan and Cruz just batted really well and worked hard for their 27. Ethan was the standout. He really smacked them.
Yeah, it was Cruz Arbor-Connell actually was second leading run scorer for the season for the Snakes with 236 at an average of 18. Ethan Benson, 13, probably a bit below his standards, but you put that together, that's 27 runs.
Yeah.
We've got Hinchy coming in now. He's the leading stat getter in the league, albeit from only 5 games. But an average contribution is 16.4 in A-grade cricket is really outstanding. 92 runs at an average of 18.4 to go with his 12 wickets, and got a Toddy. Mitch Todd is, where is he on the lid? He's probably a bit down on his average, averaging 10, but capable of a lot more.
The other interesting thing to note there with the stats is that Cruz has got out an average of like once every 2 games. So that's amazing. Yeah. You're only getting out once every 8 overs that you bat. You're going pretty well, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Hinchy too, only been dismissed twice.
So this is much...
Mitch Todd, on the other hand, 14 times out.
Yes.
So they're going to probably want to maybe hone in on where they can think those weaknesses are for Mitch Todd.
Mitch gets after it a bit more, doesn't he?
He
Likes
does.
to play his shots. And Cam Fawcett, this is sort of back to strikers' normal plans where Cam would normally bowl the first and 5th over of the game. Got good shape there with his outswinger. And that's where you have to start. You have to start it on the leg sideline and swing into the legs. Or swing away, but to the legs.
Back in towards the stumps, of course. Cam Fawcett, one of the quicker bowlers in this league, if not the quickest on the pitch. Would you say he's...
Yeah, he'd certainly be their quickest in the striker side. So, yeah, probably one of the...
Well, he'd be the quickest in out of everyone.
Maybe Prescott would be similar.
He's not playing today, so there's some fire and brimstone, but unfortunately, 9 runs from it. Well, fortunate for the Snakes. But
what a luxury to have Prescott and Ricey playing in the 2s next door. That's amazing.
And not even, there's still others missing. So, Ty Hopes has elected not to play any finals.
Yep.
Probably rightly so, but it's great. You get the young kids, give them a chance. Ricey's been there, Prescott's been there, Peter Lewis. They've all been there.
Yeah.
Where would you put someone like Vinnie Sanders if he decided to play the season?
Absolutely.
There's just no room.
So Tommy Stevenson to bowl the second over of the second pair.
Another one generating some decent pace there, just short of a length, quite short of a length there. A nice easy 2 to Mitch Todd.
Yeah, they just need to get these lines tight. They've got to be a little bit tighter in at leg stump rather than off stump. Even if you're bowling off stump line to good players, that's too wide.
Yep.
Of course, the boys were all at Cooper Connolly's 21st last night, so they might be a little bit
bit dusty,
slower between the wickets than they might normally be.
She's another notable absentee. I don't think he played any of the season, but he has previously played some Super League. Probably, I think he's a bit beyond it now. Cooper Connolly, he's set for great things, and probably shouldn't risk silly injuries playing indoor anymore. But what a privilege it's been to have him, playing our sport Lovely
again,
shot there from Todd.
that looks like a reasonable ball and a reasonable line, but to players of this quality, that's just a fraction wide. You've just got to get tighter in at the hip and the knee. That's a good line. Yeah, it's Coop actually played in the bash here, so we had the bash, and you were involved.
If I remember correctly, he was on the same team as I think Hinchy and Ty, and they lost every game.
They didn't win a game.
Didn't win a game.
Yeah,
just goes to show you it's not all about
they were
the one raw talent.
No, they were like the sleeping giants. We all just kept thinking sooner or later they're going to start winning, but they just didn't.
Yeah. And I think there was one game out the back where they managed to get it together and they hit about 160. Albeit for those who are not feeling what we're talking about, a slightly modified rule so you could score a bit higher. But it was a decent score and they got chased down.
They did.
So the indoor bash, for those who are not familiar with it, is sort of a pre-season competition, played over a couple of days here. It was played here this season, where all the available players across multiple grades, Masters, A grade, B grade, what have you, all put their names in a draft, and players are drafted into new teams. So you're not playing with your club, you're playing basically a best of the best competition, and you get drafted into a team, and that's your team for the weekend. So great opportunity to play with others that you might not regularly play with, get to know their game, they get to know your game. It builds that state camaraderie too, so when it comes to nationals, people have been teammates at one point or another. And
another chance there for Brock. Landed that first ball beautifully, and then the second one, bit full, but still created a run-out chance. Yeah, the bash is a great concept. Hopes brainchild.
Done well there.
Really, as you said, gets guys playing with and against people that they don't normally get the opportunity to. They're so used to playing in their Super League teams that now they're actually in franchises. They're playing against their teammates.
Yeah,
so, been great fun to be involved.
See another half opportunity created there. Hickey,
the wrong one by Brock. I think Toddy picked it because he was definitely looking to play onside, but
had he hit it, it would have gone straight in the back net anyway for a single. Beautiful wrong in there from Hickey. It's quick too.
Yeah, nice and flat.
Shot. That's a great shot.
And he's actually happy with himself there. Yeah, that's not a lot you can do about that.
No.
Landed it perfectly, but Toddy's just swept him into the ground.
Another wrong, and beautifully played from Hinchy there. Got down nice and low. He read that one. I mean, you'd expect him to.
Yes, yeah.
If anyone can bowl a wrong and as good as Brock Hickey, it's Hinchy.
Yeah, it's something that's really come into the sport, hasn't it? The quality of the leg spin. This side has two leg spinners in it with Declan Crowder and Brock.
Yep.
And then obviously Hinchy in the other side bowling his left arm Chinaman. And a couple of other guys that roll their fingers over and bowl their cutters.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, Hinchy will be great to watch because he's got so many variations. He's got the leggy, the wrong, and the one that goes straight on, the one that kicks up. I think it's just like watching Ty Hopes in his prime all over again. Just
you get the feeling here with Jake Fawcett now, their wicketkeeper, coming on to bowl.
Yep.
And over to go with the second pair. That's a good start. It's a really good start.
Yep, right on the legs.
You get the feeling that striker need a wicket. If it gets to 60 at halfway point, with
there's no pressure. It's just tight.
Just Jake
tight,
not overly
very,
happy
very
with
tight.
that. Yeah. Josh, sorry, not Jake. Correct, thank you.
The
Jake
tap.
Fawcett plays outdoor for somebody.
That's definitely leg side on that occasion. So not what the Mustangs want here, a couple of loose wides. It was probably fair to say the difference in the ladies' grand final were the number of extras that could easily have swung the game the other way. You don't want that to be the deciding factor here. Mitch Todd very well back at his ground on that occasion. So particularly in the fourth over of a pair, because they're just really, really valuable free runs and a re-bowl.
Right. Yeah. You can see what he's trying to do, which is to tuck Hinchy up, like get it in there, that sort of line. That's a really good shot.
You've got to force him to play the hardest shot in the game, and he's just done that one quite well.
Yeah.
3 balls to come, 32 on the board for these two. 34 now. No.
Yeah, it's a good call. It's a good call by Hinch. He's not getting in there if he runs.
That happened so fast.
It did. So that's the trouble with Mitch is he whacks it flat and he hits it so hard that it keeps the fielders in the game because it comes springing off the net. That was out back to the keeper in no time.
That's better. Just waited back on it. Run.
Ooh, that would have been very interesting.
A direct hit, I think, would have been given, to be perfectly honest.
I would have loved to have seen the reaction of his teammates if he got burnt there.
It'd be $1. He wouldn't hear the end of it, particularly if they end up losing this game. And Hinchy tucking around the corner for another single to finish. And there's your textbook 34.
So the two courts, the A's and the B's, both following very similar patterns. So both 60, low 60s after 8. And if it continues this way, and they get to sort of 110, 120, I would have thought it's going to be too many to chase, especially with their really good bowling attack and a great all-round fielding side. They've got options everywhere in the field. So striker really now need to put the clamps on.
Yeah, do need something special this pair because we got Toddy and Lane Berry been batting together since they were fetuses, so they know each other's games. Actually, no, sorry, wrong Todd. This is Aaron Todd. Cam Todd's coming in last.
What a luxury it is to have, a pair like this coming in third. Aaron's a former Greg Matthews medalist, and Lane's an A-grade WACA cricketer. And they're batting third, which is traditionally the sort of the pair you can target. You can get after.
Can't target them.
Not this pair, no, not at all. But that's the depth of seamer, isn't it?
That's what's happening on the other court. They're targeting the seamer third pair, and it's working for the Panthers on that court. Lovely shot from Berry.
Again, that outswing and just sort of starting a bit wide and going wider, so right into Lane's sweet area.
Aaron Todd there just telling his batting partner to get on the other side. It's a loose one.
Yeah, it's an old thing, isn't it? We talk about it a lot with state sides that before we go on tours, that you must back up on the side where there's only one fielder. Got to run on the side that gives you the least traffic. That's well bowled.
Squeezes that one out for a chance. Not out.
Needed to hit.
Pretty safe to run behind the fielders on this occasion. Tom Stevenson fielding well off the net, and so he should. These nets have been tightened. They're very springy.
Oh, JJ.
Nearly takes out his own teammate there on the flick. But if you field any closer to the net, then the boys are at the moment. The ball's just going to spring past you and you're not going to be able to field it. So plenty of opportunity. Another wide one there from the tap.
Just sort of lost his action a bit there. The big fella, he just... you could see that he didn't get his hand behind the seam. When he does, he gets that nice late swing.
Another one. That's three freebies there from Cam Fawcett. Not a good end to his 2 overs. None for 21. And these two lazy 12 off the first over.
Yeah. It's just that bit of adjustment, isn't it? With the brand new ball, that's going to swing back. That'll make its way back inside the leg side line. But if you're trying to bowl the miracle ball, the Stewie French ball that starts way outside the leg side line and swings back in between the body and the line, that's, you're risking leg sides because it doesn't always swing that prodigiously. So JJ again to bowl. They really need to sort of press hard for some wickets here because if they don't keep this pair to 20 or less, they're going to be chasing too many.
130 something to 70 something in the semi-final. So far we're on track for something similar. But long way to go. It's only the 10th over.
This is that same thing. That the last 3 balls in a row have all sort of been looking for that miracle ball that swings.
It's swinging the wrong way. I can't even see that one swinging back, let alone being wide. That's better. Maybe it's just not swinging much at all, and they're just trying to target that line. Very happy to take a dot ball on that occasion. He might rue the bruise a bit later, but misfield from Doigie on the line there. Gets himself 3.
Bit of traffic in the way there. Steve Russell just sort of couldn't see. Got blindsided by Toddy. So Steve and JJ spasmodically fill in for my side on a Wednesday night. And, yes, in a very low standard of indoor cricket. So
Another
they
wide
make
there.
people look a bit silly. Yeah, too many leg sides, aren't there?
We say, create some pressure, get some wickets. We're not going to get any wickets bowling leg side. I mean, at least make them play for their 2 runs. Change up.
Yeah, the offie.
Just overpitched and
Yeah.
probably very responsibly put away by Toddy.
Yeah,
there.
he probably-
His eyes would have lit up, and if he was batting 4th and there was 130 runs on the board, he would have gone for that.
100%.
But as experience there to the 4. Short. Lane Berry asking for just check the height there. He ducked down a little bit.
Yeah, it's
Had he stayed right back in his crease and swayed their head, he might have sold that one to Wazza, but not on that occasion. So another 2.
was sort of about chest high, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Around the sort of where the Snakes wording is on his shirt. They're batting really well though, this pair. Low risk. As they had a few wides, which means you're not running all the time, so you're
Yeah.
getting a chance to breathe and take
yeah.
a breath and relax and focus on the next rock. But rather than if you're under the pump, getting 3rd ball every now and then, you're starting to stress.
Yep.
But
Start to premeditate shots that aren't there and doing
yeah.
silly things, and you had benefit of an unfortunate misfield. He was not sided well, Doigie there, that could have easily ended up in a clean grab and maybe a lucky flick. So
yeah.
Lady Luck yet to make an appearance in this game. We saw some absolutely fantastic moments in the ladies' grand final. Four screamers, Hully.
For what?
Screamers.
Screamers.
Catches.
Oh yes, I was watching.
Brilliant.
It's a great game.
Absolutely brilliant stuff.
Yeah. And particularly well umpired by Woz, who
Yep.
told me that it's the first time he's umpired a ladies Super League game. They
There you
generally
go.
don't
Yeah.
play on this court, and he always umpires on this court. So he hadn't umpired them before.
Well weighted there from Toddy. Just waited for the ball to cross his line and just played it late. Past the outstretched left hand of Cam Fawcett there for another 2.
It's eerily similar to the semi-final, where striker. I talked to the guys after that game, and they didn't feel as though they did anything badly wrong, but they just didn't get the little lucky breaks. They didn't, the half chances just didn't go their way. And tonight they bowled a few too many leg sides for sure.
Yeah.
But before we know it,
Oh, Lane Berry.
that is a huge 7. That is going a long way.
It's still going.
That's
I think
not
it hasn't
landed yet. That's
I think that actually, it was so perfectly hit, it landed back over the 3/4 yellow line there, nearly at the halfway line. That's how tight the nets are here.
yeah. You cannot hit a better 7 than that.
No. Oh, backs up with a beautiful down up for 2. Aaron Todd doing his job to perfection. Geez, that shot again for he must have missed by a few inches off his line there, Bryden Emmerich. He's targeting the legs and he just got it wrong and dispatched. Oh, that's a beautiful shot, well fielded by JJ.
JJ, but yeah, it's great batting. That's and it shows the maturity of Aaron. The ball after his partner hit a 7 a few years ago, he would have tried to hit a 7 himself.
Yeah.
He would have loved to just.
Well,
stay.
he's normally the one hitting the
He
sevens.
is. He doesn't mind the back net
And
at
someone
all.
else plays a support role, but in
But
this case,
he knew that the opportunity's here to bat striker out of the game
Yep.
by not giving them a chance.
Yep.
I mean, at this point in time, I think the only wicket we've had was Cruz and Ethan when Steve Russell bowled the 4th over of the game.
Yeah, true.
Haven't seen a wicket since then, have we?
No, 36 on the board after 3 overs, so it's textbook 2 a ball. That's out.
Almost identical, although it didn't deflect out to Brock, but identical to the earlier run out
Yep.
that we were just talking about. The only other dismissal was that it was a rebound. It was
Oh,
Cam got in and smothered it,
And that's what front fielders are there for. You're not going to expect to always get a nice, easy, soft one. You can just grab and
No.
casually flick back to at this level. More than half of them are going to be deflecting off a.
Oh, that's great fielding.
Yep.
Good batting by Toddy as well.
Yeah,
yeah, you do. You've got to
they're gonna
make
be
yourself
deflections.
big, don't you, in the front half and become a bit of an obstacle when they're hitting it through cover rather than, like you said before, you can't wait back on the net because you're not getting it off the net anyway.
It sort of goes back to what we said in the previous over about all the wides. You're not making them play. You're not creating any opportunity to create a chance.
Yeah.
Josh Fawcett's bowling here is good lines. forcing some shots out, and one of them resulted in a wicket.
Yeah.
You know, it might be 1 in 10. You get a bit lucky like that, and it straight into a fielder.
They both like to hit it hard, don't they, these two? So the chances will come. But speaking of hitting it hard.
Yep. I had a feeling he was going to wind up, open the shoulders here. I mean, they've done their job. It doesn't matter. Even if Toddy gets out now, all they're going to do is lose fight. I don't think any of the momentum's going to come out of the innings.
Yeah,
Smart, clever, good play.
I also think psychologically, when you're 100, it really is a mental sort of barrier for the opposition. They'll be thinking, geez, we wanted to keep them under 100. They're 100 after 3 pairs.
Yeah,
you know, it's pretty...
and you know, look who's coming out to bat. I mean, we've seen these shots for the 3-net on the leg side. No one's better at it, I think, these days than Cam Todd. You know, Angus Bloxham can open up when he wants to.
Well, Gus whacked him in the
59, didn't he?
21's game. Yeah, I think he got the lion's share of that 59 as well. So I think in that game, 2 pairs made 100 between them. So Cruz and Ethan made 40, and Gus and
made 60.
They made 60 odd. So Brock for his second over. They really do need a spark, don't they?
Credit to, just going to the 22s game. I understand the striker boys only had 7. Is that correct?
I didn't know that.
Oh, no, I think they only had 7, and it came down to the last ball.
Yeah, I heard that.
So, if we can use the English term, a moral victory for the Mustangs on that occasion, but just not quite getting it done on the scoreboard. Toddy making himself room.
Oh, that's a missed chance. Another deflection off the smother from covers, and they really should have cashed in and taken that chance. Both batters at one end, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, Toddy turned around straight away. I think he wouldn't have made it back, judging by how far out he'd gone. But
it's good bowling by Brock.
Yep.
Right on the hanky.
Oh,
Fraction short that
That's
time.
very Ty Hopes-ish of Angus Bloxham on that occasion. He gets tucked up, and he does that. Ty does that one with his shoulders and his elbows are right up close to his body. Wrong'un.
And
straight again into the fielder.
Another smother in the front court.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Hopesy and Gus, I've seen him play that shot a lot of times. And it's almost like a gentle two. It gets there so slowly that no one can run them out. No one can, you're not getting the rebound off the net.
Particularly when take the pace off the ball like that.
Yeah.
When the nets are bouncy, you've got to take the pace off the ball. My favourite shot in indoor cricket is that late cut where you take just enough pace off the ball that it dies in the corner. Doesn't even bounce back at all. I love that shot.
Yeah, nobody's getting to that,
No one's fielding it,
Nah.
You can't tap it, you can't get behind it. He made that look easy. Jeez. You know what I'm really happy about Gus's game? He got rid of the ridiculous blonde locks. He's still got a bit on top. Shot.
Yeah, not as crazy as it once was. He's very laconic, isn't he? He always looks like he's got a lot of time.
Yeah.
There'll always be kind of, especially with his batting, there'll always be comparisons to Hopesy because he's quite a sort of a slow, smooth mover.
Say it.
I'm not saying it.
Okay.
It's weird. I always found this a bit odd with Gus, that he bowls left arm seam up and swings it and bowls the odd cutter, but he's a first grade WACA left arm orthodox spinner, which is quite weird. Yeah, so he doesn't bowl his spinners in here. He bowls seam up. But I think if he bowled orthodox in here, like say, it's a little bit like Clive Rose that plays for Victoria. Yeah, so he bowls orthodox in Big Bash, but when he plays indoor, he bowls seam up. I reckon he'd be a handful. Yeah, he'd be a handful if he bowled his spinners.
Maybe he's just being nice, letting the sport thrive rather than dominate it.
Maybe. It's good bowling by Tommy. That's the line.
That's all right. They'll take the one.
They just haven't made Seamer hit ones. They've sort of allowed them to hit nets or get leg sides and wides.
Yep.
They've hit a lot of twos, which is why the score's mounting so quickly.
Too easy. Yeah. Too wide there from Tom Stevenson, just giving another easy 2 to Gus. He'll hit that all day. I mean, the risk is you bowl full and straight, you might get driven like that.
Exactly. Oh, that's very nearly into the wall.
Yeah, just got very minor contact. He's not showing it.
If he was me, he's going to go through that wall then. But yeah, you're spot on. He just got it a bit too wide to the left-hander.
Too much power on that shot. Evades the outstretched hand of Bryden Emmerich.
Yeah, it's a real outdoor shot, wasn't it?
It was too much width, too full.
Just a smear through cover.
Yeah.
Braden actually had half a chance to tap that onto the stumps.
Yeah, he did. He made a great effort.
So quickly, wasn't it?
And a spin on it too, and it came off that side net. That wasn't smeared through cover, that was crunched. Toddy there getting the sarcastic applause from his teammates for the great one. I think he's missed out on the easy two is you know that's going to wind him up now. He's going to absolutely go for it, just like that.
Oh.
Catchable. I'm not sure what Tom Stevenson was doing there. He could have turned around and easily taken that. He just stood there and watched it.
I think as it was hit, I think he thought it's Bryden's ball, but then it just went flying because it hit the net so high.
Yeah.
Just went flying right to the stumps, basically, didn't it?
Look, and again, home court advantage. You know how your nets behave.
True.
You play a lot of your cricket here. I mean, I knew straight away when the trajectory of that ball was going to come back well in front of the stumps. That wasn't Bryden's catch.
No.
But on any other court, maybe that haven't had their nets freshly tightened,
yeah.
you would expect that to drop and even slow down a bit and be a regulation catch, but not on that occasion.
Sure. Yeah. But the thing is, you've just got to treat the ball as though it's live the whole time, don't you?
Yep.
You've got to think, I'm in the game here, I'm a chance.
Yeah. I think the head dropped, the shoulders dropped, 126 on the ball with 2 overs to go, and these two starting to get into a bit of a mood. And has he kept that off? He's kept it off for a single.
So Declan Crowder again for his second, bowled the first over of the game, which was an interesting ploy.
Shot there, Toddy. Gave himself lots of room for an easy two. Meanwhile, on the other court, it's going to just tune in quickly. The men's B-grade grand final, not exactly going to script. Seema completely dominant during the season, undefeated with a plus-minus in favour of over 1,000 runs for the season. So they've absolutely dominated.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned earlier, the likes of Mark Rice and Prescott, who are batting now in the team, they're just, two absolute Penchalim A-graders. No room at the top, so they're playing Bs, and they've only got 89 with about an over and a half to go. So anyone's game over there. The Panthers doing a great job of keeping the Seema boys accountable. Over here, starting to get a little bit out of control. 131 now with 7 balls remaining in the innings. Hasn't been a while since the wicket. I think still just that 1 wicket, isn't it?
The 2. So
two, sorry.
The 2 rebound, sort of
the run-outs, yes, of course. Oh, great adjustment from Toddy. He opened up to make room to play on the side, and he's changed his shot at the last second to put it across his body for a down up for 2.
So a little bit of support from the Seema boys for their mates over on the other court. Yeah, he's so nimble on his feet, isn't he, Cam?
Yeah.
Todd, he just drifts back, quickly gets back onto the back foot, backs away from his stumps.
Yeah.
Doesn't care. He's happy to expose the stumps and just bang that over the covers for 2. So
if we're going to see any fireworks from Toddy, it'll be interesting if he chooses to take Dougie Russell on. He's not the kind of guy you just blatantly go after, is he?
No.
You got to watch him. Take it.
And there's also a bit of love and respect for the old Doiger. They do love the man. Although I don't think Gus will worry about that. If it's there, he'll whack it.
He'll go.
So you'll expect Doig to sort of cut this back into Gus's legs. Yeah, there it is. It's good bowling and good batting.
Yep, well played.
Half a run-out chance, though. JJ's got to get that clean, and it's out if he hits, I reckon.
Yep.
Not the quickest between the wickets, Gus.
No. Reminds me of Ty.
A glider. He's a glider. Oh, it's good fielding.
Nearly did the deadly deflection for 5. That would have
nearly
been just something the striker boys don't need. The old misfield deflection for 5. He'll take himself another single there. Another great one, so the team. 2 to come. It's like Toddy's going to get the last laugh here. Maybe. 34 partnership, another textbook partnership here from these two.
And relatively low risk as well. They haven't done anything silly, have they? I mean, Gus has hit the back net a couple of times.
Couple of half chances there, not taken. So
yeah.
in the grand scheme of things, still it would have been 100 plus either way. Either way you slice it, 139, threatening to be 140 something, and it is 141 runs on the board. They're quite possibly one of the highest scores, or the highest score of the season against striker, not their highest score all up throughout the regular season, but in a grand final, batting first, that's a mountain.
Yep, it's a carbon copy of the semi where they just they batted that way. They were aggressive when they needed to be, but they were respectful as well. Every pair got their hands dirty, didn't they? I mean,
They did indeed.
I think striker would have been quite satisfied with keeping Ethan and Cruz to 27.
Yep, indeed.
But then the rest of the guys did the heavy lifting, 34, 43, 37. Yep. Big score to chase.
The only blemish, if you can call it a blemish, would probably be that for their standards, subpar 27 from the first pair, albeit the wicket was, a brilliant piece of fielding from Brock Hickey.
It was.
A bit of a deflection and then a tap, and it was a direct hit, and everything just sort of fell nicely for them.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it just didn't happen enough for them in that innings with a fairly chanceless, 3 partnerships to follow, 141 on the board, and I think they'd feel extremely comfortable with that score from here. And I don't know, if you're the Mustangs, gee, you'd love an Andy Bottega right about now, wouldn't you? Come in and blast a good 55-run opening partnership and keep the game interesting.
And they have missed spots. I think they realised about a month ago that he was not going to be able to play today.
Is he injured or is he
unavailable?
work?
I think a football commitment of some sort. But he told them, and so what they then did is they steered their side towards being used to not having him. So they didn't select him for the semi, which he was available for. But as you say, he gets you off to a flyer here. You're a sniff of chasing this, but he's not around, so they'll have to do it without him.
And let's not forget, there's still 8 very capable batters out there that that will keep Seamer honest.
Yeah.
At the very least, and if everything goes right for them, we could still have a very close game here.
I think what often happens is that in the back of your mind, you know that you've got to force it a little bit. You're sort of conservative as one comes in. This is a change to their order. So Bryden and Declan Crowder have generally been opening the batting. So they've made a change.
It's a curious one because Declan, you would suggest, is probably the more solid of the 2 batters between him and Cam Fawcett. Cam Fawcett is susceptible.
He is.
Comparatively speaking to Declan Crowder.
But I think part of this might be that they prefer pace on for Cam. I think he'd rather have the ball coming on. He would, as we all would, but he's going to prefer it coming on.
Now, speaking of pace, I mean, with the exception of maybe Aaron Todd for just raw pace, there's not a lot. Ethan Benson does have, he's got some good pace, he's got some zip.
And Lane
Angus
is
more,
gets it.
Place and movement and accuracy, but still reasonable pace. But I'm talking like express.
Yeah, they're just they're
now, what? Mitch Todd's opening the bowling. I'm at a loss as to why Gus isn't opening. To be honest, you would have expected Gus to open, would you not?
He bowls early normally for sure.
A new ball moving around, that's suited to him. That one cuts in.
It's actually a good start by Toddy. So what's important for him at his pace is that he does pitch it up and make them play straight.
Yep.
He doesn't want to be too short because they'll just bang him to the side nets. That's good
Beautiful.
bowling.
Yep.
A little bit of in-swing.
So in his earlier Super League seasons, he was more bowling offies. He's sort of moved up his pace a little bit into a sort of a medium pace in-swinging or cutting category here.
Yeah.
But
the outswinger.
That's a quick one there.
That's really good bowling.
Beautiful. Yep. Beautiful nut.
When you're not recognised as a bowler, obviously a very good all-round indoor cricketer, to be able to control 2 in-swingers and hit the shins, and then bowl an outswinger and beat the bat, that's quality bowling.
Yep.
Nice, Toddy.
Very good bowling from Mitch Todd there. The intentional outswinger, was it, Mitch? Yes, he's nodding his head, claiming it. Another one, he says. Here goes, he's going to bowl again. Got the treatment on that occasion.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
I think he heard you, Mitch.
So that was third ball, of course.
Yep.
The
previous one
ball before, followed by 2 fours. So
overpitched on that occasion. And Yeah.
So 4 really good balls to start the over,
Yep.
and then
Two good shots.
2 half volleys to finish it.
So 1 for 4 from Toddy's first over there. Even Stevens.
Yeah.
But, it probably can't afford to have too many wickets, given that the Seamer boys, I think, only gave up 2
Correct.
in their whole innings. That's 1 for the Mustangs already. But I was surprised by that selection. I wouldn't consider Mitch Todd normally like a strike bowler that you'd open up an innings, Mitchell Johnson style. But as it turns out, the first game, the Masters game, Scotty Brown opened the bowling for the Seamer
there you go.
which I also found equally interesting. I know he does generally bowl that early, but first over, I thought that was odd. And here comes... Far out, that ball bounced out quick, didn't it?
Didn't it? Bloody hell. That's they could have actually run in the end, but they chose not to.
Those nets in the corners are very tight. We've seen a number of shots played square of the wicket, you would say, that have come straight back to the keeper. Oh, beautiful, beating him. I can't see from this angle. That one's they're moving away from him, aren't they?
Big outswinger to the left-hander, yeah.
And he's got the innie as well. Does he bowl it here?
Bryden's got to just keep his head here a bit, not tee off.
Beautiful.
It's the old. It's a little bit like football parlance. This pair can't win the game for striker, but they can lose it for them.
Yeah.
So they need to keep their heads here and just try and build back, get to 20, 25. They're still in the game if they get that many, because Seamer got 141 from 27 first pair. But it's the risk that they take. If they go too hard early, end up with a 10-run partnership, they're out of the game.
I mean, look, credit to Angus with that delivery. It wasn't exactly a bad shot from Bryden Epic. He just got beaten by 3 outswingers. The last one I thought he might have done a change or something, but he put it full, wide, swinging away.
Well,
he swung, he missed.
I think they might have regretted not taking that run when the ball went into the corner and flew back past the keeper.
Yep.
Even once it got over to that other corner, there was a run
Still
in
a
it.
run, yeah.
Yeah, if they stayed alert.
Beautiful over from Bloxham.
It's a very good bowler, isn't he?
Double wicket. Wicket maiden. No, wicket. And actually, that's 1 wicket, 1 run from 6 deliveries.
It's incredible. Yeah. So they're on third ball again now.
Third ball again
they
now.
got on third ball in the over, and then they're on third ball again.
Geez, that's you really can't ask for a better over than that. It's a. Well, I suppose the only thing that beats an over like that would be ... wicket ... wicket.
Correct. There was a group chat with Hanks and Hopesy talking about Hanks saying that I can't remember exactly what his words were, but he bowled 2 overs for 3 runs without taking a wicket.
Yeah.
And Hopesy said it's actually impossible.
At some point you need an extra,
Eddie.
Unless maybe there was a penalty of some kind.
Yeah, maybe.
But batters give up an obstruction 5 run, or even that would be a wicket.
I think in the end they just agreed that Hanks was wrong. Yeah. His memory of it was wrong.
Maybe it was 6-a-side. It was 5-ball overs or something.
Who knows?
Could have been that. Ethan Benson, of course, quietly just comes on to bowl his first over, and you got some real pace so far.
See, with this looking to hit the back net, they're just absorbing too many dots.
Yep.
So they're hitting the ball straight, not running, putting themselves under the pump. So
and then you get the good ball.
Yeah.
When it really matters. So score quickly going nowhere, and it's going to be another dot. I'm not sure this is a tactic that they need from Cam Fawcett. Ethan Benson has a deadly change-up. No, he's going to bowl the innie. Oh!
That's an out.
Ethan Benson.
It's an outrageous catch.
No.
Oh, Benno. That's something else.
Far out. That ball was absolutely away from him and just stuck it out whilst crashing into the net. I don't know how you keep your composure after that. Far out.
Everything had to go perfectly right to catch that.
And then some.
Yeah, you will go a long way to see anything better than that.
Yep. Jeez. What an over. We had one for -4. Now we followed up with one for -2. So, geez, the Snakes are well and truly on top here. The Mustangs' innings going nowhere fast. -2. How do you keep your head up in this scenario?
The issue that we talked about, that it's the game's very quickly getting away from them now.
Yeah.
And when you're batting in this situation, you almost want to get them all back in one over. But it's not how the sport works, unfortunately.
I don't think it's mathematically possible to get their quota all in one over here. I mean, 35 a pair is what they started with. It's quickly become 45 a pair.
Yeah, I think getting a start, like even just matching what the SEMA guys did, was the minimum they needed, wasn't it?
Yeah. And we just got a bit of a...
I think he might have got his
hand
caught in the net.
Caught in the net.
He took that catch.
I can't see who it is.
It's Ethan.
It is Ethan?
Yeah. So after that screamer, he might have just split his nail, or hopefully nothing too serious.
Has it been taped up, or was it a finger that needed to be popped back in?
I don't know.
I'll tell you, that's not a pleasant thing to have to do to someone else, pop the finger back in.
It is not.
I've done it myself a couple of times. It's not so bad.
Yeah, you're almost better off just getting them to do it themselves, aren't you? So now it's Cam.
Oh, look at that.
Another one of those.
Get your body in it.
Yep.
And what a body it is. Angus blocks him. The bleached bombshell. Or should I say, yeah, he's bleached, Cameron's blonde. No. What is that? Auburn? Is that Auburn gold?
Yeah, it's about right.
Cameron Todd. The little stutter run-up. Very unorthodox run-up, isn't it, with the skip that he does. The double right.
Yeah, very. But he's effective, isn't he?
He gets it up in there. He's not one that... He gets it up in the rib cage. Cam Todd. He doesn't really bowl too full. Just noticing Ethan Benson with an uncharacteristic misfield. He's normally solid, but I reckon that finger might be giving him some grief.
And he's still probably thinking about that caught and bowled.
I think he'll be thinking about that until his 35th birthday.
No doubt. No doubt.
Probably his mum's probably recording this grand final, like putting on tape so we can watch it. Comes home from a bad day at work or something, I'll just put the tape on. Relive those glory days. Enjoy it while you can, Ethan. And this is the pinnacle of your game. It goes downhill from here.
You've owned this centre for a long time, and you've seen a lot of indoor cricket.
Oh yeah.
And what strikes you about some of these things, that catch, is the degree of difficulty. That was flying down off the top net. That had been hit very hard, and it was coming screaming down. To make room, as in make ground to get across to the side net.
Yep.
And then just time the dive to perfection.
Yep.
It's a high level catch.
Always a good feeling when you're on the end of a bit of a screamer too.
Correct.
I think that in my very last game of indoor of Super League, because going back a couple of years, I just filled in for the Masters last season game.
Yep.
And I remember some young kid smashed the ball. I went to go field it. I fumbled it, and Willow's at the top stumps, and he goes, "I'll just leave those for me next time." Oh yeah, sorry mate, sorry. Next ball, he smacks it. I stick my left hand out. It's going a million miles an hour, just stuck. And I turn around to Willow and I say, "Is this the one you want me to leave?"
Yeah. It's a game that,
one of those,
that is full of, there's highlights like that all the time, aren't there?
Yeah, and it just goes to show anyone can take a screamer. I mean, I didn't mean to catch it, but it just stuck. So Mitch Todd to bowl his second over, JJ in. Of course, we've just skipped over the fact the first pair have walked out on a positive, which is good. 6 runs.
Yeah.
Not enough, but they turned around. I think they were -2, so a decent over to finish. A little bit of momentum for these two as a full toss gets put away for an easy 2 by Declan.
I think the key to looking to force the pace when you bat is that you must take 2s regularly, and then take the back net option when you get a full toss or a half volley or something that gives you a bit of width or whatever. But you can't be looking to smash every single ball to the back, because then you just dot up.
Yep.
Way too many dots.
Force the bowler to change what he's doing. If you'll go 2-2-2-2-2, the bowler's going, geez, I've got to do something different.
That's right.
So I don't get hit for another 2, and that's the ball you go after. It was probably wise of Declan not to try and crack the first full toss that he got from Mitch Todd for 7.
No.
He opted for the 2, unlike Ethan Benson, who went for his first ball. But get
Bowling off
8,
cutters
10 runs
now.
on the ball. Yeah.
So I think, like they've got 4 2s and a 1, and then not that I'm saying this ball has to go to the back net, but then if you do sneak a 4 you've got 13-14 off the over.
Yep.
It's good batting by Deck. He's another Wednesday night buffed helmet fill-in for us. He's a superstar. Son of an ex-left-arm Chinaman bowler himself, Brendan Crowder, who's here watching somewhere.
If I remember correctly, very good off his hips as well. On that onside chop for 2.
He is, yeah. Technically very sound. Plays outdoor cricket for the Willetton Cricket Club and goes well.
Lane Berry going to have a trundle. Lane doesn't bowl in WACA Rays, does he?
I don't think so. But he's steady in here.
Oh, he can hold his own. Yeah, he's a decent bowler. I mean, as a junior, he was one of the best players going around.
Yeah.
Look at that, right on the legs. They've appealed for an LB, an unlikely LB.
Actually, really good bowling again. That's what we sort of haven't seen enough in the game. Is just that bowling at the shin, making it hard. Batsmen second guessing whether they play at that or not. Obviously Declan tried to get a leg side out of it, but it hit him.
Yeah. I think JJ's just tried to take Mitch Todd out there with a short ball.
Well, there's a fair bit of talent going on. You've got Lane bowling to JJ. Toddy did well to avoid that.
Yeah. JJ's a bit like a Craig Wheat. He's got a brilliant eye for hitting pace.
Yeah.
I remember when JJ hit David Hanks for a 7 in a grand final. He did it back-to-back 7s off Hanks. I thought, nobody hits Hanks for 7 and he does it twice in an over. There you go.
That's raw talent, that. Nothing wrong with that ball.
Yep.
Fraction full maybe, but it was the right line, but JJ's just picked it up beautifully.
And the score really motoring on here, and Lig's forced the leg side out of it too.
Right.
So
that's right.
How the tables turn so quickly. I mean, it's still very much advantage Seamer. But I reckon, what's the first milestone here? Get the deficit under 100 and get it quickly.
Correct.
That'll do. He was home all day.
Then
good over.
Then the fielding side do start having something to think about. At the moment, all they're thinking is we'll just keep Hinchy for as long as we can. Won't bowl him until we really
desperately
absolutely have to.
Oh, I look at this.
He's going to have a bowl now. I suppose that's because JJ's batting. Yeah. I think that's probably why. I think they'll want to keep, not let this pair get away and give Striker a sniff.
Well, they're on target for 55 or something, and all of a sudden it's 35 a pair. That's 70 at the halfway mark. They keep batting like this, they're going to get 70.
Yeah.
And it'll be game on again. But
it did force Seamer's hand, didn't it? If that over before was tighter, they probably don't roll the dice on Hinchy just yet.
I mean, 27 runs like that. I mean, it was like 5 minutes ago.
Oh,
the score
that's
was
great
negative
bowling.
2. And now it's 33. Just like that, 2 overs.
Starts with the wrong in there, Hinch.
Yep.
And I don't think I'll say Deck picked it.
No.
And that's good batting. He
bit full
when in doubt, get to it on the half volley.
Yep. Just cover it either way.
I don't think this will be over pitched. I think this will be back of a length.
Make him read it. Make him pick it.
Yeah. It's great bowling.
Great. Well played too.
Yeah. Yeah, technically very sound, JJ. For all his talent and everything, he's got a great technique.
Beating him.
Well,
got an edge on it, a faint edge. Was it a faint edge?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's all smiles.
So two dots in 4 balls, and suddenly the air is out of the run chase a little bit.
Just a little bit. It deflated a bit. It's still 31 runs with an over and a bit to go. Oh, that could have been 3 or 4
Needed
very,
to get
very
after
easily.
That. Yeah, you're not getting too many full tosses from Hinch, are you? And when you do, really got to try and take advantage.
Oh, JJ's gone to the full toss and he gets himself 7.
Didn't quite middle it, did he? He sort of a bit of a chip.
He had to reach out with the arms on that one, just to get full extension just to get to the ball on the full and not toe it, and he's managed to get the corner of the back net for a healthy 7 and 39 off 3 overs, and that's one of Hinchy's out the way too. So
that's very important, isn't it? That factor.
Yep.
And also the comment you made about an over or two ago that they're now within 100, so 95, 96 to tie.
Yep. Still a long way to go, but
it is. But at least it's back to that 45 a pair, which it was, how many overs ago. Still having to go at 11 and over, but it's doable.
They forced their hand here. They've got to bring Gus back on again to put the brakes on. He's nearly played on there.
He has.
Ball just rose on him, got big on him.
Yeah, he does. When he rolls his fingers on it, Gus, he gets quite a lot of pop. A little bit like Greg Matthews used to do with his cutter. It's good batting.
4 more.
That leg cutter that sort of just explodes off a length.
Yep. So here's the test for Declan Crowder. He would have seen a fair bit of Gus. He's got to make sure he can turn the strike here, get a 1 or a 2, or a 3, or a 4. Declan Crowder.
They played Opens Nationals together, didn't they, this year? And when you're training with guys that much, you do get to see what they bowl and get a bit of a feel for what they're trying to do.
4 more. Gus is getting the treatment here, and more importantly, it's the strike bowlers that are getting the treatment.
Yeah.
Hinchy's been hit.
Well, that's right. They haven't really. They've got now.
Yep.
Hinchy's got an over left, and Toddy's got 2. I don't think Aaron's bowled yet, has he?
Aaron hasn't bowled yet. Cruz has got 2, and he's another one wouldn't be considered a strike bowler. He's capable.
Not at all.
But they're gonna fancy their chances. And look, with an over to go, a ball to go here, 53-run partnership on the board. They've managed to claw back some momentum and be in line for an opportunity to win this game.
I think to be honest, and it's not how it's worked out, but if they said we'll be 60 after 8, chasing 80 for the last 2 pairs, they would have taken that.
Yep.
They got it in an unconventional way. 6 and 55 isn't how they probably planned it, but really well batted, Declan and JJ. That was amazing batting.
Just on that note, since you brought it up, 6 and 55, how do you think the first pair are feeling right about now, realising that, well, if you guys were going to hit 55, we would have got 25,
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, you're not just in the game, you're in the box seat.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
and that's that whole, I just don't think you can have a mindset to chase too hard too early, because that then puts you right up against it for the rest of your chase. You just have to look to bang 2s. Yes, have a positive mindset and think, when the chance comes, I'm going to go the back net. But you can't be looking for that all the time.
So Brock Hickey and Steve Russell into bat. Cruz Harper-Connell with the ball in hand.
It's a nice start by Brock.
Yep. Looking for the down-up boundary, I think, there. Starts off with a single. Could have easily been a couple more than that. Steve Russell makes room. Himself an easy 2.
A little bit of older man Cam Todd about that. The old lean back and just get it over the covers.
Yep.
Head for 2. He'll like to be likened to Cam Todd, Doigie. It's great batting.
Yep. Comes down and punches it to the back net for 4.
And I think now they need to be smart and work out who they target.
Yep.
Can't bat like that against everybody, but I think you can get after some of the bowlers.
Full toss, and that's gone.
That was there.
It was. Just we've seen a lot of return catches on this court. All 3 grand finals we've had full tosses hit straight back either to the bowler or to the back sticker right behind the stumps.
Yeah.
No width going on there, so Dougie Russell missing out there.
If you're going to... 3. If you're going to... Good, Toddy. If you're going to hit a return catch back to someone, probably Cruz is not the bloke you want to hit it to. Got great hands, hasn't he?
Good hands, yeah. Well, mind you, at this level, who is a decent pick for a return catch?
It's good batting by Brock again.
Probably Ethan Benson, because he's got a sore finger now. That's who you'd want to target for a return catch.
Yeah. Oh, they take that 7. I mean, with a wicket. Steve probably hits that for a 4 or at least a 3 any other time. Sort of every time you don't get 10 off an over,
Yeah.
it gets harder and harder, doesn't it, from here?
Still, 7 better than -1. Aaron
Absolutely.
Todd coming on to bowl now. Brock Hickey looking aggressive.
It's a good
Shot.
shot.
Beautiful shot for 3. Wow.
Don't want to jinx him, but Brock is batting the lights out here.
He
He's
is.
hit 2s and 3s for fun. It's a good shot by
Yep.
Doigie.
Bread and butter.
A little bit too wide from Tommy.
Yeah, it's
Probably-
good pace, but to sacrifice the line for a bit of extra pace, probably not worth it. It's not making much difference to Brock Hickey. He's making his own room. Oh, geez, he threw that down a bit hard, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Great batting again, though.
Yep.
I think that's something that Brock's really worked on his game, the batting off the legs.
Yep.
He's
Sure. Did he play that onto his leg and get a nice little...
no.
It looked like it sort of came off at a
He just did
not
that,
where I meant to hit an angle.
but he just got his leg out of the way, didn't he? He sort
Yeah.
of just made room for himself and squeezed it through that between the cover and the 2-liner. Shot.
Oh, my Lord. Brock
Uh,
Hickey batting the lights out here.
Yeah. You just can't hit it any better than this.
No.
And there's nothing too much wrong with the bowling, is there?
No. Gee, he stepped forward and leaned into that shot before Aaron Todd released the ball.
Just the look
Like he
on
knew what he was getting.
Doigie's face, and I just reckon he thinks he missed a trick there because he, as you said, he leant forward, and if he continued with his momentum, the off drive was on there, but then he just decided to go conservative, chop it into the net.
Very
So still
positive stuff from these two.
Still game on, yeah. 60 off 6. You know, they've kept it at that 10.
Yep.
They've been needing 10 and 11 and over for a long time now, and they've got it. So
And look, the Snakes will be thinking too, one wicket, it just messes that maths up.
yes,
And we've got 6
absolutely.
overs to get a wicket. We've got, at least one Hinchy over, one Ethan Benson over to come. Lane Berry's been, hit for a few. Cruz O'Connell's been hit for a few. Cam Todd, I think he had a good first over. It would have went for 8, but the damage is already done.
Yes, yeah.
If he goes for another 8 or 10 here, well, he hasn't really been. Oh, gee, look at that ball ping off
How's
the
the
side
spring
there.
off that net?
Yeah,
You just get the distinct impression, don't you, that Hinchy's second over is going to be a key.
huge one.
It's
Yeah.
going to be a key.
We don't know too much about Ethan Benson's finger, but if it's his bowling
No,
hand,
it was his left hand, I
Left
think.
hand? Oh,
Yeah,
well
because I
then.
think it was when he got his hand wedged on the wire as he took that diving catch. So I'm pretty sure it's the non-bowling hand.
because that could also have been a factor.
Yeah. Ooh, tight.
Don't need those.
Good leave, but it was tight.
Yep.
Woz doesn't make too many blues, does he?
No.
Up in the stand.
No, he's very good. And he's very consistent too.
Oh.
I mean, there was some lovely shot. Some very tight calls going both ways. Doigie Russell on strike to Cam Todd. 2 balls to come in the over. And it's being kept off, courtesy of a wide foot there from Lane Berry, saving a run. Partnership along to 28 with an over and a ball to go. Score along to 89. They can get this over 100. Then it's anyone's game. Oh, no, there's a mix-up there. Geez, it was also quiet. We
Yeah.
didn't see what happened. But
Little bit of overcommitment by Doig. He probably expected Brock to just keep boning it up there like he
Yep.
had, and just hit it a bit flat that time.
And there's the disruptor. There's the wicket that's going to
Absolutely.
stuff up the equation here.
Absolutely. Well, that you're spot on, because the without the dismissal, it's 90.
Yeah.
And it's still that 10 and over, still ticking. So now it's 11, and still Hinch hasn't bowled his second over.
Yep.
So here's Ethan now. Let's see how that.
The thing is, we say one wicket can, swing it in favour of the Snakes. Well, one boundary, 1-7, maybe,
True.
couple of wides, that it just swings it back the other way again. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't care who it is batting last at A grade level. If a pair has to go, they play that level for a reason. I think it's perfectly reasonable to and probable for any pair to hit 40 runs to win a game if they need to.
It is.
See, back in the day with the previous generation of SEMA Snakes A-grade players, at this point in the game, you'd have Ty Hopes, David Hainkin, and Hinchy bowling out the last two pairs, and they were next to impossible to score off. They don't have any of that here. I mean, they've got Hinchy, but he's been hit. So I think it's definitely gettable. Well, it all comes down to how much they can get off this Ethan Benson over, and there's the mocker.
Yeah, and that's key with the re-bowls this over.
Yeah.
They really do need a couple of favours just to get it under 40 to chase.
Credit there to Aaron Todd, just saying, it's all good, keeping it calm. He's not barking at his charges. He'll be feeling a bit nervous at this chase so far. Is
not knowing how he's
on. It's on. But that strong advantage has become just a slight one. Valuable dot ball.
Yeah, absolutely. You throw 55 as a pair into Winnie run chase, and it makes it alive all of a sudden. And
great delivery, cannoning into the left leg of Brock Hickey.
He's really pulled it round well this over after a couple of leg sides, 2 dots. This is key ball, isn't it?
Yep.
Third ball, last ball of the pair.
Just talking about what he's going to deliver. I couldn't quite hear what's coming out. I think just target that leg again. Oh, my goodness me.
Too wide. I think he got a bit greedy there, Benno. He was looking for the beat the bat run out. Doesn't happen a lot anymore.
And that's 23 absolutely gorgeous runs from Brock Hickey.
Yeah.
Some of the best batting. I mean, we saw some powerful batting in the 55, but that was pretty to watch.
He batted
absolutely
batted
pretty to watch.
They both hit the ball really well. And they've now set it up, haven't they? They've given
him a sniff. It's 44 runs.
Josh and Tommy a chance. Tommy, so they both can hit the ball well, but Tommy is actually quite an aggressive batsman. So if the opportunity comes, I think he'll go hard.
Yep.
You get a half volley, he'll whack it. But I think it's really important for these 24 balls that they've got, and maybe some re-bowls, that they hit twos all the time. They've got to just be hitting twos.
They've got to turn the strike.
And
absolutely.
They probably have to run aggressively as well. Take a couple of risks with the running, not be too conservative.
Not the shot.
No, not the start they wanted.
I mean, sure, you got to target Cruz because, of the remaining bowlers, and he went for a few in his first. But Struth, have a look, get your eye in.
Yeah.
Geez, that was almost a K2. He nearly got clean bowled. A little inside edge on that occasion.
Yeah.
Want to talk me through that shot?
That's very unusual.
I hope he hasn't given up already. This game is still gettable.
Absolutely. You only have to look at what the middle two pairs did. That last pair, if it wasn't for a little bit of bad luck, they were 40 plus as well.
He's missed. Josh Fawcett there, I think, would have been
well
short of his ground.
Well short.
Ethan Benson uncharacteristically misses from short range. Lets him off the hook. Oh, nearly. Oh, on the second attempt.
Again, just a little bit of body language with Tommy. Not that, doesn't look that switched on, that positive. Just got to hit some twos. Settle into your partnership. Hit a few twos.
So far, it's been basically 2 swings and misses and a hook shot that doesn't belong in the game of indoor cricket.
No,
That's
it does
better.
not. That's great batting. Great batting. That's the boy.
Yep.
What I would say, I think it's really good tactic by SEMA to bowl Cruz now.
Yeah.
Because they're not letting this pair have a settling over. They would have wanted to get after Cruz.
Yep.
And sure enough, they did. Well, that's not great running.
No. I'm not sure you can expect to get away with that at this level. 99 times out of 100, you can't beat a throw from the back net like that. I mean, yes, well done to hold your ground, but you hold your ground, you see where it's going, and you scream out and no. You don't wait for a misfield or a bad throw at this level. That's going to be out.
That was bread and butter, wasn't it? I mean, if Tommy runs immediately, they might get there, but I think he was right to come back. He was, he didn't expect Josh to be running.
So,
And now they're going for the throat with Hinch.
Yep.
Which, I think as you should.
Credit to Cruz there. He's come back from an expensive first over. He's picked up a -6, so 2 wickets in that over for Cruz.
Really held his nerve, didn't he?
He did.
Oh, well.
He did. They're holding back. Lane Berry will probably bowl the last one now, I suspect, between him and... Or maybe Toddy, being captain over. Get to finish it off. But you're right,
That's
they're going
good
for the
batting.
jugular now. Good shot.
It's a really good shot.
And she's just a bit short of a length on the first one. What's he got for Tommy Stevenson?
Big outside edge.
Yep. And a favourable bounce off the zip.
It was bizarre, wasn't it? It almost came straight back to Cruz instead of going to the corner.
Yep, exactly. It went to the right, came back to the left, and Cruz just turned around and gobbled it up. So the wrong on that occasion.
The vagaries of indoor sports courts that are dual purpose. You've got obviously the soccer goals and.
Now Tommy's got to go here, so it's a case of innie or outie. Outie. Yep. Another wrong one. So he served up 2 wrongers in a row, got 2 wickets in a row.
Yeah.
Does he stay there?
I think so.
I think he's just going to stay there because Tommy will be going. I'm going to get one that comes into me now.
Yeah, I think Hinch will be bowling for wickets now.
Yep.
And I think away from the bat is the go.
Yeah. Even if he does pick it, he's taking a huge risk on the outside edge.
Wrong one.
Into the field, into the fielder.
Yeah.
Into the Gus, I nearly said. Well, it was into the Gus. Angus blocks him. Or should we say Angus blonde him? Beautiful. That ball kicks up so much. It's a fairly full pitch delivery, but such bounce on the ball.
Yeah. And no appetite to get down the wicket after watching your partner get stumped a couple of balls ago. I think that's the best you can do is back foot, look to paddle it around for 2. I think, to be honest, and they had to, but getting after Hinch and trying to hit him to the back net is fraught with danger. 2
for 7 off his 2 overs, Hinchy. He got hit in the first one. He's made up for it in the second one. Probably good all-round figures, just generally speaking, from everyone. Lane Berry's got a bit of ground to make up. He went for a pretty penny in his first over. I think somewhere in the teens.
Yeah.
17, 18, something like that from his first over. So he's going to want to make amends. And look, there are cheap wickets on offer. These two know they probably can't win the game from here realistically, so they're probably just going to have some fun. Try and finish respectably. 100 plus would be nice.
Absolutely. Quite a big margin in the B grade game as well.
Yeah, no, that was looking potentially interesting there with 80 odd, I think, with an over and a bit to go. So the last pair put on a few for seamers. Get the score up to 107. There's a hook shot again. It's nearly carried to Ethan Benson.
That would have been funny.
The ping off the back net has nearly carried past the halfway line.
He just about could have dived and caught that,
Well, again, at this point in the game, who needs to? There's that hook shot again. No, they're just having some fun here. It's been caught by Cruz Harbour Connell. So we're just getting into the sort of rubbish end of the game here. Just both teams having a bit of fun, trying some creative new shots. Looking forward to that cold beer after the game. One well earned by the Seamer Snakes. They're going to walk away with another premiership here. 2 in a row, I think it is. Possibly 3. I can't remember what happened a couple of years ago. I know there was a tied game versus Bouncer in one of the grand finals, but
they would have. Did they have a mini? They have a mini game when that's the case.
Yeah, was it I think it was a super over.
Super over
that they had, and which I think COVID year, so it was a shortened season and. There we go.
It's good from
Some
Josh.
reward for his efforts there as Lane Berry ends up going for a couple. So 1 for 25 from him. Tom Stevenson not really pulling his weight in this partnership, but it's all probably irrelevant at this point. Aaron Todd, the captain, is going to close it out for the Snakes.
Yep.
And all attention then will turn over to the other court. They're a partnership behind at the moment, so long way to go in that game, but also a foregone conclusion as the Snakes are going to wrap up, I think, their 4th premiership. If things continue to plan here.
It's been a reasonable run chase, but just all.
Yep. Oh, there we go.
All fell apart a bit with looking to go too hard too early.
Yep.
The first and last pair both approached it a little bit the same.
Yeah, well, the last bit here, I think, are just getting ready for outdoor and practicing some cow corner shots and some hook shots. I don't think Josh Fawcett can be too surprised with the result of that shot. Aaron Todd trying out a new delivery. A lot of short stuff coming now. I mean, what's the point in bowling full when they're in that sort of mode?
Yeah.
Just take away the big shot. No one wants to get slogged for 7. Last over of the game. As I say, he just goes and bowls a full one.
Full and wide. Probably not a bad place to be because
I wonder if we can
Josh
talk.
is kind of leaning back.
Can we talk Aaron Todd into a bit of leg spin? That was a slower ball by Toddy. That might have been an attempted leg spin delivery there. Oh, he's gonna walk in for the last couple
Leggy,
here. There we
the
go.
leggy.
There's a leggy, and he's going to get the treatment. He's a good sport, Aaron Todd. He's going to let them get over 100, or is he? Or is he? He's going to pull. Here it is again. The leggy. Oh, I thought Mitch Todd might have been up to the task as the Snakes celebrate another grand final victory.
It's I think it's about the right margin in the end. I think Seamer are always about sort of a couple of runs and better over the course of the game. 30, 40 runs better side.
Well, look, 30, 40 runs, but 2 of their pairs hit basically 40 runs. So, they're a partnership short. The Mustangs will probably be, ruining their approach to the chase, I think, more than anything else. But it's a big ask. 141, it would have been a victory for the age. Is how they got over the line.
It would have. But you get 91 from your middle 2 pairs. And in this standard of the game, with generally good pairs first and last, you'd expect to get 150 odd, wouldn't you? So,
yeah. No, look.
A great effort by the Seam boys. They were just a bit too polished and a bit too good. They batted so well, didn't they?
Yeah. No, they four fairly even partnerships. Even 27, the lowest partnership from the 2 young guys with just the 1 wicket. I think that's probably the difference too. 2 wickets all up for the Mustangs versus. I mean, I didn't count, but obviously a lot more than 2 wickets, and a lot more back net hit shots too from the Leeming boys. They clawed back some of those wickets that they lost. They just couldn't afford to lose the wickets in the first place. So look, credit where credit's due. Seem to have batted very, very well. Your pick of player of the match?
Oh, that'd be interesting to see. Look, I think Hinch with the 34-run partnership and that great second over. I mean, his first over wasn't as well as he can bowl.
And the second over was, the game was probably a bit beyond reachable at that point. So I'll call them soft wickets.
True.
Who really won it?
Tell you who I thought really bowled well early when the heat was still in the chase was Mitch Todd. His first over was good. Jaffers. Obviously went to the back net a little bit. Look, I reckon across the board with Seamer, everybody played pretty well. They all did their bit. It's a tough one.
If you didn't have the scoreboard, let's just say you played without the scoreboard, you didn't know what the result was.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be putting JJ and Brock Hickey in the running for that award. It was pleasurable to watch them play, particularly Brock Hickey. Some of the shots he played were far and above the quality of, expected of A grade, and special shout out to him. I thought he had an excellent game, all round game. Fielding as well, bowling was fantastic. That wrong one that deceived Mitch Todd, beautiful. So
tremendous.
Interesting to see. It's the umpire's choice, of course, but the presentation is just going on court now whilst the B grade grand final finishes off, and we'll have some formal sort of player of the season presentations afterwards. But I think, Cully, as far as this coverage goes, that's a wrap from us. 141 to 105 victory to the SEMA Snakes over the Mustangs here at the SEMA Indoor Sports Centre for the 2024 Men's A-Grade Final. Thank you, Harley, for your company.
Always love calling games with you, mate. It's great fun, Stevie. So we'll do it all again next year.
I've had a ball. Thank you again, and thank you for tuning in, folks. We'll catch you at the next year's grand finals. Tune into the men's B-grade final as it winds up if you have the time. Otherwise, thanks for your company. We look forward to seeing you again. This is Stevie Howe signing off.